Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Salty Tears. Joe and I just finished our Press A to Talk episode all about the N64 games on Nintendo Switch Online. And Joe told me, Kurt, I just want to keep talking about N64 games on Nintendo Switch Online. So that's what we're here to do. We're going to be ranking all of the games that are currently available as of, what's the day? June
7th.
7th. Well, all the games that are available or have been announced, because Pokemon Snap has technically not been released. Probably will be released sometime this month if they continue their regular pattern.
hmm
My list is going to be on the left. I'm Kurt, by the way. I might not have mentioned that. My list is on the left, and then Joe's list is going to be on the right. And I'm going to start with Mario Tennis, and I think that's a good game to start with because I think that's squarely in the C category. Like we
I
talked
was
about.
going to say the same.
You're gonna say the same? Yeah.
Yeah,
Like we talked about on the main episode, it's fine, but there's just the modern versions are better,
yeah,
and that's
that's the thing about
kind of
it.
all there is to it.
It really is just fine. As opposed to like the Game Boy version, which is like a huge RPG, or the what is it, the Virtual Boy version, which is just standard tennis. It has a little bit more to offer than that, but not significantly much more.
Man, I can't put into words how much I want Virtual Boy online just so I can play the Virtual Boy Tennis and Wario Land games.
Yeah, pretty much just the Wario Land game is all I would really care for.
I'm gonna put Mario Golf in the same place.
I would I would put Mario Golf in. My nostalgia wants me to put it in B tier
Okay,
because I think it offers more than Mario Tennis with
more
like,
like the mini game mode and or the mini golf mode and
yeah,
stuff.
like it has several different modes. I can't personally think of any Mario Tennis music off the top of my head, but the music in Mario Golf is really, really fun and the gameplay is really fine-tuned. There are better Mario Golf games out there,
Can I
but I still really like Mario Golf on the
Can I put you on the
N64.
spot and ask you to sing the Mario Golf 64 main theme?
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Is that good enough for you?
Yeah, I was just gonna let you go. See how long you were willing to just keep going without
Yeah,
me interrupting. Thank you. I appreciate that. I have no idea
you're
how it
welcome.
goes. You could have made that up. Let us know in the comments if you made that up. Yeah, there's just better Mario Golfs that have come out since, but it's still fine. Like it's not bad.
Mhm.
Banjo-Kazooie is S tier, all day,
Yeah,
all
for sure.
night. Yeah,
For sure. hmm
this is a must play. Like if you consider yourself just like a game enthusiast, you should at least try Banjo Kazooie. Um, I think that you'll love it, especially if you love just platformers in general.
hmm
Uh, I just realized usually John and I, when we've done these in the past, we go back and forth, kind of like snake style. So why don't you rank Dr. Mario 64 first?
Ah, sure. I would put Dr. Mario 64 in. I'm gonna put it in A tier.
You put an A tier?
hmm
Wow.
Because it's a very good port of Dr. Mario 64, or of Dr. Mario.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is Dr. Mario 64 something special, or is it just Dr. Mario is really good?
It's just a better version of Dr. Mario compared to the games up to that point, and pretty much since, aside from like RX being like the only difference being online. I think I might change that further down the line, but we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, I was thinking about putting it at B, but I'm like looking at everything that's left. I think I'm gonna put it in B because it is a good time. Dr. Mario is good, but it's not my favorite puzzle game in this style.
Yeah.
Like it's no Tetris.
hmm
Let's see. Yoshi's Story would be next. I'm gonna put Yoshi's Story at B as well. Like we talked about in the main episode, the controls are a little bit clunky, even though the game is like really delightful otherwise.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna put that in A as well. I'm probably overshooting how much I love a lot of the N64 library.
Hey man, if you just have
But
like everything up here, that's totally fine.
exactly. I did grow up with Yoshi Story and not Yoshi's Island, so I'm really more used to the way that Yoshi Story controls than Yoshi's Island. so I might just be more used to it rather than thinking it's jank, which is probably fair for a lot of N64 platformers in general anyway. But I love Yoshi Story.
Um, hey Joe, I'm just gonna admit to you. I don't know if you were looking at my screen, but
Hmm.
I opened OBS and I think it recorded that.
Yeah, yeah, I saw.
That's awesome. This is
It
high quality content, and the best part is we're just gonna keep going.
it's also really blurry on my end, but I know it's not going to be like that on OBS. That's okay. I can
No,
make out
it's
the
gonna be
titles.
fine. So I'll tell you the next game if you can't see it. The next one's gonna be Paper Mario.
Oh yeah, I know where I'm putting that.
Where are you putting
Is it
that?
my turn?
Yeah,
S tier,
yeah.
all the way.
Paper
Love Paper
Mario is
Mario.
very good. I'm doing the exact same thing. It's just a really good RPG,
Hmm.
and it's hilarious. It still holds up to this day. Go play Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Pokemon Snap. I'm also gonna put that at B. I'll be honest.
I
I'm
would,
kind of tempted to bring it down to C, but I'm gonna put it at B for now.
yeah, I would put it at B as well, just because it is very, very fun, but it's also like really short.
It's short, but like that's okay. Like very
Hmm.
rarely am I like this game was too short.
Yeah.
Um,
And there are other games on here that are also really short, but they offer more replayability than Pokemon Snap does. The original Pokemon Snap, anyway, like Yoshi Story, we just ranked really short, but you're meant to play through it over and over and over again.
mhm.
And Pokemon Snap, like you play through it up until you finish the game, which is still only like a couple hours.
Yeah.
And there's not much reason to go back other than getting like high score, but who cares about high scores?
All right, F-Zero X for you next.
I think that's probably an A tier.
Yeah?
Hmm. Haven't played it, but I think it's really good.
Oh, Joe, you're just there's a gut feeling A tier.
Yeah.
I'm not trying just to like fill out my B column, but I'm gonna fill out my B column a little bit more with that one.
Hmm.
I really have enjoyed it. I'm not sure how much replayability there is there though. I could see you getting a lot out of if you're replaying it with friends.
Hmm.
But the tracks are they're not as interesting as something like a Mario Kart just because it's a lot more straightforward.
Yeah, and blindingly fast.
Yeah, I was looking at the speedometer when I was playing earlier today. It was like
Hmm.
800, 900 miles per hour. It's like, what's happening here? Like, you would
Yeah.
just evaporate if you were going that fast.
Well, no,
Actually,
you can do that in Star Wars, and there's non-humans in Star Wars that are basically humans, so they're fine.
all right, Joe. Speaking of games you've never played, actually, you played this one a little bit. Where are you putting Winback?
Well, I can obviously recognize that's Winback. I was gonna put it in S tier. No, put it in B
You
tier.
said B?
Yeah. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's gonna be better than B tier if I were to sit down and play it all the way through.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be better than B, but I'm hoping it would be better than C.
So, what I played today, like, I legitimately had a good time with.
Hmm.
So, I'm just gonna continue shoving things in B tier.
Oh, I can see things now.
Hey, I think it was storming here for a second, maybe. So maybe that's why the internet was weird. But
Uh-uh. It's good
Majora's
now.
Mask, that's gonna go in A tier. It's one of my least favorite Zelda games. It's one of the only ones I haven't finished. It is still a Zelda game, and it is still a very good game.
I don't know if I want to put. I'm trying to decide where I want to put both the Zelda games. I think I want to. I'm gonna end up putting both of them in S tier.
S tier, okay.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you can see, I accidentally pulled the European box art for Star Fox.
Yeah.
So
I see that Lilac Wars.
where do you want to put Lilat Wars?
That's gonna go in S tier for sure.
Yeah, that's
That's a
one of
game
your
I still go
favorites.
back through today.
Yeah, it's very good. I'm putting it in A tier. It's
Hmm.
just a good time. It has a ton of replayability. Um, and as someone who didn't play it until I was an adult, even I knew how iconic it was when I was like, by the time I was in middle
Hmm.
school. As someone who never had an N64, that's a
If,
powerful legacy.
if you Google do a barrel roll now, it still works.
Is this the part where I mentioned that it's not actually a barrel roll that you're doing in that game?
It's an aileron roll.
Okay, cool. I feel like someone had to mention that. Uh, Ocarina of Time, one of my favorite games of all time. That's going in
Mhm.
S tier, absolutely.
I'd be doing it a disservice if I didn't put it in S tier. Even though I enjoy Majora's Mask more, it's hard to say that Ocarina of Time is not a phenomenal game
Yeah,
from start to finish.
yeah. You can totally like Majora's Mask more while still respecting Ocarina of Time. That
Yeah.
game's so good and it's huge, and it's another one like Light Out Wars where its legacy like precedes it.
Hmm.
Sin and Punishment. For now, I'm gonna pop this sucker and see. Um, Strictly because it's cool. It really is,
Hmm.
but the gameplay is a little monotonous, and it might just because I'm early on, and so it's not very challenging.
Yeah.
But the other side of that is if it gets really challenging later on, I could see that being frustrating because you have limited continues,
Hmm.
and that's just not how I want to spend my time is starting over from scratch. So I'm gonna
That's
put that in
fair.
C. It has the potential to move down if it's particularly egregious with its arcade like qualities.
Well, this is one I haven't really seen much of anything of, and I don't think I've even played it at all. But from
Okay.
the gameplay I have seen, it looks like a game I would really enjoy, and it seems like it'll be something I would just go back to time and time again. So I'm gonna put it in A tier.
You're just gonna throw it in A tier. You sure you don't want me to make you like want to try it tier? Just right up to
Nah,
A.
no, 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 no. Right up to
Okay.
A.
Okay. I hope you give us a follow up when you do try it. Just let us know what you
Okay.
think.
I'll let you know where I put it in my tier after that.
All right. What about Kirby 64?
That's also going in A tier.
All right.
I love Kirby 64.
I'm gonna put it in B tier just because it's similar to Yoshi's Story. It seems really great, but the movement
Hmm.
is so clunky that I just can't move past
Yeah,
that.
that's fair.
Mario Kart 64. I don't want to give away the feelings that we're going to talk about in Backlog Crew too much, but I'll put that in. Looking at this list, I'll put that in A tier. I've grown more fond of it over time.
Interesting.
I changed my mind.
I was gonna put it in B tier as well.
I think I as soon as I like let go of the mouse button, I was like, this feels bad. So I'm gonna keep that in B tier.
Yeah.
All right, and then you got to put Super Mario 64 somewhere, Joe.
Well, that's going in S tier for me too.
You're gonna put that in S tier.
Oh yeah.
I am gonna put Super Mario 64. I'm trying to be very careful that I'm not being like controversial for the sake of being controversial.
Hmm.
Because here's the thing, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm the weirdo who thinks that Super Mario 64 DS is the superior way to play Super Mario 64.
You sure are.
I am like the only person in the world that thinks that. I
Huh.
love that game. Super Mario
Yeah.
64 itself is also great, but I think without just being contrarian, I can honestly put it in A tier.
I think that's fair. A lot of people who, like for example, people who didn't grow up with Mario 64 hate the controls of Mario 64 and how like tight to an extent that it's too tight sometimes or it's hard to make jump sometimes.
Interesting. There's a little weirdness in the physics, especially if you're not running and you're trying to do a jump. That can be a little tricky. The main thing for me is like camera controls, which granted that's something that's in Mario 64 DS as well. That it's not really
But
better
with a
in that game.
but with a D-pad and a
It,
run button.
it never bothered me. It really didn't. I don't know. I liked having the run buttons because you could, if you needed to go slow, you could go slow. I
You could
liked
do that
it,
with an analog stick too.
but I don't enjoy that. That's like too precise. It's just a little too much.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's like too tight in some cases.
Yeah, I think I think that's fine. I very easily will say Banjo Kazooie, Paper Mario, and Ocarina of Time are. I prefer those games to Mario 64, so I'm gonna
Mhm.
keep it an A tier. I think I'm fine with that.
I think the only thing I would change on my list is moving Dr. Mario to B tier.
You're gonna move Dr. Mario to B tier.
Yeah, I think I'm fine with the rest of it.
Yeah, when you said A tier, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah.
Looking over mine, part of me feels kind of like a fake fan because I haven't really played very much of Star Fox 64, but I played a little bit and I have enjoyed it and I understand its legacy.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I could say the same. I haven't finished Banjo-Kazooie.
it's so good. It's in the right place. You did a good
I
job.
just know it.
Kirby has the potential to move up. Yoshi has the potential to move up, but I just was really put off by their control schemes early on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I feel fine about everything else.
Yeah, me too. Maybe Winback will go up to S tier. Who knows?
Who knows? That could be. I honestly might play some Winback, like just in handheld mode while I'm sitting on the floor with all my belongings and boxes around me.
There you
Um,
go.
so I named the series Salty Tears because the intention is would be like you put Super Mario 64 in A tier instead of S tier. What's wrong with you? But the thing is I didn't think about that. We're all just way too nice for that.
Yeah,
Um,
where's Ryder?
yeah, see, I need to talk to Ryder about something that I like parts of that he doesn't, and then he can get mad about that, and then
We could
the
do a
series name will make sense.
we could do a salty tears of the press A to play games we've done.
I think you and him should absolutely do that. That sounds hilarious.
Yeah, that'll be a good time.
All right. So, if you enjoyed this, check out our full episode that we did of Press A to Talk, where we discussed Nintendo Switch Online featuring Nintendo 64 games very in depth and even talked about some of the games that aren't on the service that we want to see.
Hmm.
Let us know why Winback should be in S tier. Let us know why Banjo Kazooie is actually terrible. Let us know whatever you want in the comments. Just be nice about it. If you enjoyed this, as always, a like is helpful, subscribing is helpful, sharing with a friend is helpful. We gotta help Joe feed his cats. Isn't that right, Joe?
There's literally starving
They're literally.
because of you.
I'm. I'm surprised that my cats aren't starving, or they probably are very upset. But usually, anytime it's like supper time, which it is currently, they will just sit outside the door and yell as loud as possible. And they do that in the mornings as well. So I'm very surprised they're being quiet right now. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go feed the cats. Joe, thank you for joining me. And
Hmm.
everybody else, thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm just going
And
to
don't
leave
forget
in that,
to
that little bit with OBS. This going to be okay.